Hello there.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. So that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. Didn't know I was lost. I didn't know I was lost. I didn't know I was lost. Didn't I turn the music up, I got my records on. From underneath the rug, I'll sing a rebel song. Don't wanna see another
Hey, 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 everyone! Lady Lupine here. How's everyone doing on this fabulous Thursday? All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, Sneaks, my goodness gracious. I am so happy you're here, honey. You made my day. You know, I was thinking about you. And I hope that you're ready to to watch some really interesting vintage sex set videos. I promise you they are okay. I did screen them for you know, like things that might get me banned from the internet. They're fine. Oh, Sneaks, okay. I just told my parents and they were very sad. I was then sent to a doctor and he didn't make me happy either. Aw. Well, Sneaks, you know what? No matter what's going on, you can always come to my channel. You could always come over to Lupi. Lupi will give you a hug and a kiss. Oh, am I frozen? Oh, that's nice, Lupi. Okay. Hello. Let's wake up and have a cup of coffee. Oh, there we go. I should have had 2 cups of coffee today. I just had 1, you guys. Good. Hey, Panda. How's today going? You guys, I woke up. I took a Claritin last night. And my earache is gone. Can you believe that? Maybe that and like a good sleep helped, you know? And some hot tea. But anyway. Oh my gosh, you guys ready? Oh my gosh, look at that little cat. Don't you love it? Oh gosh. I just love this channel. Everyone is so fun. And just full of friendship and love. That's why I like coming on here. Mwah. All right. So, let me, oh my gosh, Douglas. Oh my gosh. Ouch. No, it doesn't hurt. Love throwing doesn't hurt. Just feels like a big squishy cotton ball or something like that. Don't you love that little dancing dog? Isn't he cute? I feel like my dog at home kind of does that. She's kind of a squirrely little thing. All right. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for coming in. So we got Panda, Dungalis, we got Sneaks is back. I'm so glad you're here, honey. We got a poot in the house. We've got some farts going on. Yeah. Okay. Who's ready for some vintage sex ed videos? Oh yeah. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1 is just like in case we have time. In case we need to fill time in, I have another video that's not really sex ed-y, but you know, it's about like teenage angst and stuff, so I thought maybe it could fit into the category. All right, gather around, everyone. Class is in session. Although I really like dancing, though, I have to say. Oh, yeah, announcements. I usually do kind of stream on Fridays, kind of. I think I've been kind of trending in that way. But tomorrow I will not be streaming, sadly. I'm actually going to, well, my friend from Japan is coming over. So she's going to be visiting for the afternoon, evening. And we're going to go to this, you guys, my friend is so great. She is from Japan, and she does she does martial arts, and she's part of like a traveling martial arts group. Okay, not kidding, not kidding. And she's super good. And we're gonna go to a Japanese restaurant. Imagine that. That's next to I guess her dojo's place. So I gotta go all the way to the city, and I don't like driving, so I'll be taking the train. I know, Sneaks, I'm sorry. Oh, but she's coming all this way. Yeah, tomorrow I'm not. Tomorrow I'm not online. Not tomorrow, sadly. I'm sorry, you guys. But it's been a while since I've seen her, so you know, we're gonna have some fun, have some food. All right, everyone. This first video is called Molly Grows Up. 1953. Okay. Long time ago. Not as old. Well, I'm not that old. Um, and this is a sex ed video film made for girls, I guess. So, all right, all the girls in the house, I guess gather around. Oh man, I'm up to no good today, you guys. Wee. All right, let me know if the volume's strange. I think these videos tend to be kind of quiet. Um, let me just okay. All right, someone from chat, do a sound check. Am I quiet, loud? Can you hear me? Can you hear the video? Super. What about the video? Oh, good. Okay. All right.
When the people came, I don't think the church could have held anymore. The whole church was lighted with candles. And it's the first wedding I've ever been to. And golly, you should have seen the bride. She had the most beautiful dress I've ever seen. It was
All
all
right, you guys, I'm sorry. Who says golly anymore? It's too quiet. Okay, yeah, these girls are like quiet as a mouse. They're there just chit-chatting. I'm gonna bring back some old words. Golly is definitely one of them. Or swell. Oh, gee, that's swell. Jeepers, Dungalis.
fun. Come on, we'll be late for school. Coming, Peggy. I better go now. Goodbye.
My goodness, Molly is certainly growing up.
All right, sound check. I think that's the nurse, you guys.
Good morning, girls.
Maybe.
How's your throat this morning, Molly?
Oh, just fine. It doesn't hurt at all anymore.
Well, you'd better stop by my office and let me take a look at it. It won't take a minute.
Okay.
Okay, Molly, let's take a look. Oh, yes. Oh, that's clearing up just fine. Going to the game tonight?
Oh, sure.
Will you please let someone else do the cheering for you? Because that throat is still slightly inflamed.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Oh, by the way, Molly, your mother left her gloves over at my house last night. Will you take them to her?
Sure, she's always leaving them someplace. See you later.
Okay.
All right, you guys. So, how many of you have faked being sick at school and then was sent to the school nurse, and the nurse took your temperature and was like, I may have done that a couple times. You guys, I hated math class, okay? Math really scared me. So whenever the teacher, so my math teacher would like do these math problems in front of the class, but in her examples, she would call on different students to do them, and I couldn't do it, you guys. I don't know. It was like, I don't know how math is taught today in schools. I think it's maybe a little different. But when I was in school, which is like a trillion years ago, yeah, I'm sort of old, ish. So when I did the division, it would be like the number, and then you'd make like a little table in front of it. And then, like so and such divided by such and such. And then we'd have to like do it by hand. And then she'd call on students, and she'd want like me to do it in front of the class. And that gave me a lot of anxiety. So sometimes I'd fake going to the school nurse. Oh, and one more thing I just remembered. So I went to like a religious school. So you know how like the priest divvies out like the host and then the wine. So for Wednesday morning we went to mass, and one time I had too much wine, so I had to go to the school nurse for real. One of my friends put me up to it. They're like, "Hey, Lupi, I dare you to chug the wine." I was like, "Okay." I think I was 8. Yeah. All right, moving on. You're in high school,
I've
huh?
known Molly and her family ever since she first came to school. And I think you might like to know her, too.
I loved high school. I had a
Molly
pretty,
lives at home with her
actually, well,
father.
actually, we're on the topic. I went to an all-girls school. So I wore uniforms and such. Like the plaid skirts and things. I did that. No boys. Boys were mean. Boys made fun of Lupi. But then Lupi grew up and got really hot. And then they stopped being mean to me. Isn't that funny how that works? Or maybe they were mean to me. You know how boys are mean to girls that they like. But I was done. I was like, I'm going to go to an all-girls school and focus on school. Yeah, girls' school. It was fun though. I promise. I promise it was fun. Yeah, we're up to no good.
Her mother, and her older sister, Jeannie. Jeannie and Molly each have their own rooms. But lately, it seems that Molly is more interested in Jeannie's room than her own. Molly and Jeannie get along, well, about as most sisters do.
Molly! What do you think you're doing?
Nothing, Jeannie. I just happened to come in and...
Honestly, Molly, how many times have I asked you to leave my things alone?
Well, all I was doing was just...
And you didn't get all the lipstick off either.
Oh, I wasn't going to hurt your old things. I just wanted to try them.
Well, why don't you ask Mom for some things of your own? You're old enough now.
Jeannie, when do you think I'll start having periods, too?
Oh, I don't know. Pretty soon, I suppose. I was 13 when I started.
Oh.
Well, Peggy's already started hers, and I'm 6 months older than she is.
Well, so what? Some start earlier and some later. We're all different. And from the way you've been acting lately, shouldn't be long now.
Oh. Oh my gosh. I don't know who would really want that to come early.
One day, not long after that, Molly came home from school.
You know what I mean?
That you, Molly?
Yes, Mom.
Hi, what kind of a day did you have today?
Mom, guess what?
I don't know. What?
Mom, I started my first period.
Oh no.
Well, what do you know?
Well, what do you know?
Come on, sit down. Tell me about it. When did it start?
Well, it was this afternoon when I was changing into my gym clothes, and I noticed a bit of blood on my panties, and golly, at first I thought...
Oh,
I didn't
golly.
know what
There
to
you
think.
go.
And then I remembered when we talked about
Menstruation.
menstruation
Oh,
and
good.
stuff. And, well, then I
She
went
can't
to
even
Jensen.
pronounce it. Okay,
Oh, my
that's good.
How do you feel?
Kind of funny like. I mean, well, I was hoping it would start soon. But it seems like I've forgotten everything you've told me.
All right, I tell you what we'll do. Tonight will be mother and daughter conference night. And if you'll give me a hand with supper, we'll get started that much earlier.
Okay, I'll wash up and be right down.
Golly.
Oh my gosh.
And it won't be long at all before you're quite used to it. You see, honey, menstruation is perfectly normal. It happens every month.
We're starting out strong, you guys.
But why each month, Mom?
Oh, it's just part of being a woman, I guess. Of course, right at first you probably won't be very regular. Most girls don't settle down for a year or so. Even then, some girls go more than a month between periods and others less. That's normal, too. And eventually your body will set up its own regular time. Please sit up, Molly.
Oh, Mom, I'm comfortable.
Well, if you sit and stand straight, that'll give the organs inside your body room to function better. And that'll make you feel better.
Oh, I guess. Is that
I'll get it. That's
true?
totally
I
fake.
slouch a lot. I should probably focus on sitting up
Hello?
straight.
Oh, hi, Peggy. Sure, just a minute, I'll ask. Mom, can I go swimming with Peggy tomorrow after school?
I don't think I would, Molly.
But I'd be home by 5:30.
No, it's not a good idea the first 2 or 3 days of your period. You might get chilled and catch cold.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
Peggy,
I
of
have
course
to
I
pause
can't
this
go
for a
swim.
second. All right. So that's not entirely true. I think you couldn't do anything really. You could swim or run or go to the gym or whatever you want to do. I'm sure you could do it. I mean, if you're not feeling well, that's one thing, but I kind of disagree with Mom here. Just a little bit. She seems fine, a little quirky, but fine otherwise.
You know I've got the curse.
The curse,
That's
you
right.
guys.
It's a good idea
Oh,
for-
no. I will be back and send the stream to some big events. All right, Sneaks. Oh, you know what? I don't really care how many people are watching me, We'll just have fun. But hey, Sneaks, come back when you can. I can't believe she called it the curse. That's just very, very old school, and incorrect.
Okay, I'll see you
I don't think
tomorrow.
it's a curse necessarily. It's a pain in the ass, but not a
Good
curse.
heavens, Molly, you're growing like a weed. I'm going to have to let that hem down again. Come on, I'll do it right now.
Okay.
You know, I've often wondered why it is that some women still call menstruation the curse.
Oh, yeah.
I
Let's
don't
answer
know.
that.
Peggy calls it that. And it is kind of a nuisance, isn't it?
I suppose it is sometimes. Just that it sounded sort of old-fashioned to hear you say it.
What are you two up to?
Really?
Oh, how were the fights, Jim?
No, not bad. Something wrong with our aerial, though. We ought to be getting a better picture than that. What was all the talk about in here? Is this a private conference?
No, I don't think so. Do you, Molly?
No, I guess not. You tell him.
Uh-oh. She's going to tell
Well, Jim?
Dad.
Molly's growing up. She's having her first menstrual period.
Oh, my gosh, Deadly.
What?
Hey.
Already?
Oh, thank God you're
Yes, I
here.
thought- well, I mean, after all, she's
Oh,
only...
Daddy, don't be so silly.
Oh,
I'm not
my
a baby
goodness.
anymore.
I know,
I know you can
dear,
relate
but,
to what this video is discussing.
Well, no. No, honey, I guess you are.
We're watching, oh my gosh. We're watching vintage sex ed
Growing up
videos.
is fun. But some of the things Molly used to do seem a little silly now. Sometimes she
Oh,
gets all mixed
she's
up
a
just
lady
thinking
now, you
about it.
guys.
She's changing from a child into an adult, and it's a little confusing at times. Molly had lots of questions about what was happening to her. It so happened I had a chance to answer some of them. Her teacher was sick one day and asked me to take her class. And this is true of women everywhere.
Hey,
So you see,
Apache!
menstruation is
Mwah!
just the natural,
Oh, Dudley, I
normal
didn't give you a
process
kiss
leading
yet.
up to
Here
being
we
a
go.
mother. This is a
Mwah!
diagram of the uterus, or
Oh.
womb, and these are the fallopian tubes leading to it.
Oh, yeah.
And these the ovaries which produce the egg
I think it
cells.
looks like a
Now,
cow.
these egg cells are far too small for us to see, but once each month
All
An egg
right.
cell will leave one of the
Thanks,
ovaries, go
Apache,
into
for
the
the
opening
sound
of the tube
check.
nearest to
These videos can
and
get
then
kind
it's
of
on its way
wonky.
to the uterus.
So I'm
Now,
trying
at the
to
same time,
adjust the
uterus has been
volume
preparing a
accordingly.
growing place for this egg, a soft lining of blood vessels and tissues. If the egg unites with a male cell or sperm as it's on its way down the tube, it is fertilized. And then when it reaches the uterus, it settles down in this soft lining and begins
Oh
to
my
grow
gosh,
into a
Douglas.
baby. But if the egg cell is not fertilized, it disappears.
What would that be? Like a tattoo of this? Wow. I wonder if someone does have a tattoo of the uterus on them somewhere. I would be very intrigued. You know, like bighorn sheep. Right. Exactly. See, Apache? There we go. It's like secretly, they're like, it's the uterus. Oh my goodness.
And then, since the lining is no longer needed, it too dissolves away.
Anyway.
And it flows out of the body through an
Oh,
opening
Sneaks,
in
I
the
don't think I
hymen,
have Insta
which is a
anymore.
membrane over the opening of the vagina. And so we say that we are menstruating. Yes, Barbara?
Miss Jensen, when does menstruation start?
Hey everyone, we have a new chatter here. Welcome, Quad Boy. Sorry, Quad Cowboy 790. Welcome, sweetie. Mwah. Hey, hey. Welcome to our goofy session here. I hope you enjoy. We've got several for you to watch, so hang on. Grab your popcorn.
Well, some girls start when they're 10 years old, and some when they're 16 or 17, or anywhere in between. But the average age seems to be about 13.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Panda. Oh, yeah. I have a little jelly bean on my head.
And the flow lasts from 2 to 7 days.
Emotional damage.
Miss Jensen?
Sorry,
how often
Sneaks.
should you change napkins when you're menstruating?
Napkins.
Probably 5 or 6 times a day. And that brings up another point.
Whoa! Whoa now! Oh my gosh!
You will want to use
I have a microphone in my ear.
It's a soft,
Oh my gosh, I have a banana in my bra.
over the opening of the vagina and to follow the curve of the body.
Deadly, thank you.
The tab ends are attached to a narrow elastic.
Oh my gosh, you guys, look what I'm dancing to.
Now, some girls prefer to use
Look at the background.
a tampon with a cylinder of absorbent cotton inside cardboard napkin. It is inserted into the vagina by means of the
Oh my
applicator.
gosh, that was funny.
The cotton absorbs the flow. and
The
when it is
here,
full, you
that was hilarious. I've never in my life seen what in the world this is. This
and it's made to fit over.
hang on, this contraption. What? Oh, this thing.
Now, some girls prefer to use tampons.
You know?
A tampon is
That
attached to a
thing.
narrow
What
elastic
is
belt.
that? What the heck is that? It's like a belt. But why? We don't have that these days, do we, Dudley? It's like a contraption that you wear. What's the context of rape, Sneaks? Are you saying it like a chastity belt? Like it's a belt that like medieval ladies used to wear? I suppose. I've never seen such a thing. It's like a jockstrap for women. It totally is. Yeah. like, you know, to prevent sex, I guess, or, you know, unwanted, or I don't know, maybe ladies back in the day, I mean, I guess medieval women, maybe they wanted to go off and marry someone else. And maybe they, I don't know, got frisky with other guys, you know?
Which you can wear around your hips or waist. Now, some girls prefer to use tampons. A tampon is a cylinder of absorbent cotton inside a cardboard applicator. It is inserted
That
into the
looks
vagina
not
by
very
means
fun.
of the applicator.
They make them like a little bit smoother
The
these
cotton
days.
absorbs the flow, and when it is full, you remove it and discard it. Yes, Molly?
Miss Jensen, is it true that people can tell when you're menstruating?
No, it isn't. But you should be more careful than ever about personal cleanliness and daintiness.
Maybe the
Use
Iron
your
Maiden
underwear
was
more
too
often,
big to
and be
haul
sure and
around.
use a deodorant.
That's
And pay more
true.
attention to your hair and your nails, and plan to wear your prettiest dress. In other words, be your most attractive self. And remember, menstruation
There
is
you
only a part
go.
of growing up. As you grow, your body changes from that of a young girl
See, I
to
would have
that of a
told the
woman.
girls that
It's
too.
becoming round with the beginnings of a bosom and the start of a real waistline and hips. And hair is beginning to grow in different places, pubic hair and underarm hair. Yes, Anne?
Miss Jensen, what about dancing? Can you when you're menstruating?
Yes, you
Absolutely.
can, with moderation. In fact, you can do most of the things you usually do. You can bathe or shower as long as you use warm water. And you can wash your hair.
Is cold
if you're
water
sure to
not
dry it
good?
quickly.
I didn't know that.
And you can swim if you wait until after 2 or 3 days after the beginning of your period. And you can go to dances and picnics. But it's not a very good idea to skate or ride
What?
horseback or play fast
Wait
games
a
like...
second. All right. Let's analyze this. Okay, well that's kind of the cold water I'm not sure about. Yes to all these. Picnic? Okay. Okay, we can go on a picnic. I'm glad that's in there. I was getting really nervous if I could picnic or not. Because that is very important. Skate? How is dancing allowed, but skating is not, or moderately? Huh. Okay. Ride horseback? You know, maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Dudley? Yeah, I think it depends. Play fast games? And square dance! Wow! What about boating? Or, would scuba diving be swimming too? What about running? Soccer? Football? Driving a car? Biking? See, there's more here. I really, really want like a more conclusive list.
volleyball and basketball, or do strenuous dancing like square dancing, or anything that bounces you around
Do
a
not
lot.
think square dancing is
In general,
strenuous.
mild exercises are best. Ones that strengthen the abdominal muscles are particularly good. It's sensible to avoid strenuous exercise when you're menstruating. And you be sure and tell your mother or me if everything doesn't seem to be just right. Now, I'd like each of you to take one of these booklets about menstruation, and when you finish reading it, if you have any questions, be sure and come and see me. And remember, menstruation is as normal and natural as eating or breathing or sleeping.
Amen.
Soon, Molly will be a young woman like her Jeannie, having dates, going to dances in lovely romantic dresses, and making new and important friends. There are so many wonderful things to look forward to.
Oh, Sneaks, we're not done yet, honey. This is why I call it class.
Growing up. It's an exciting time.
Aw, she's looking forward to all the sex she's gonna have. You're not supposed to lock yourself in the root cellar when Aunt Flo visits. Oh, Apache. I guess in some cultures, I suppose in some cultures they do have certain restrictions for women. I don't know. Um, can you imagine just like being locked in somewhere for like 5 to 7 days, like like a cellar or a cave? I don't know. That sounds dreadful. All right. Well, that was that. Here's you guys, it's America's first sex education video shown in public schools, 1962. If you had a boxing or MMA match, what will you walk and theme song be? Oh, Eye of the Tiger, 100%. I didn't have to think about that. I love that song. It gets me all pumped up. Sounds good to you? No one bothering you? Actually, Apache, I see what you mean. I do. I maybe for a day or two, but like a full week. Some people really like isolation. I don't know.
This leader is
Oh, this is even quieter.
to complete adjustments before the film begins. The volume and tone are identical with the soundtrack which follows.
Yeah. I think a week is just a little bit too long.
In this tribe, the hair was cut in a special style when a boy reached adolescence.
All right, bye,
Rosie,
Sneaks.
Don't bother George.
We sit here and make fun of it.
Yeah, just about.
He's reading about Indian boys, adolescents like him.
Why don't you grow up?
Oh, yeah, Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah. I think I
are,
have.
Says who?
Tell me about a
Mrs.
song
Baker.
that they
She
do.
said that girls mature about a year earlier than boys.
I suppose if she said you were a genius, you'd believe her.
Yes, I would.
Now, George, I think Josie is right in believing Mrs. Baker. She's a lovely person and a very good teacher.
All the kids at school like her.
That's cool, Hokage.
Hey, Dad, here's something for my report.
Oh, what's that, George?
Only the grown people have clothes on.
Say, Mom, can I wear this skirt tomorrow?
Yes, Josie.
To be
I've
fair,
almost
this
finished
explains
humming.
why boomers are the way they
Says
are.
here that until they were 12
Yeah.
or 13 years old, the children wore no clothes at all.
I mean,
The wearing of loincloths
I think so.
and skirts was considered a sign of sexual maturity.
That's interesting, George.
when I asked my dad about that kind of thing, Apache, and he said that because I think your father was born like a few years younger than my dad, or older. I can't remember where. I think like in the 40s, right? So he said that back then they didn't really want people to like show their emotions or talk about feelings. They kind of wanted people to be like get over it and be stoic kind of thing. So, among other things.
And it ties in with the film Josie was telling us about.
Oh my gosh, yes. I think I know that song. I think if you played it, I would know.
I'm going to tell the class what to look for in the film.
Well, have you decided what you're going to say?
I'm going to tell them that the most important things to look for are the changes that take place in our bodies and feelings.
Well,
when we
Deadly
grow up.
is into heavy metal, right, Deadly? Hopefully you're
That
still
is,
here.
when we become adolescents.
We've used that word adolescent before. Who can tell us what it means? Dorothy?
Well, it's boys and girls just beginning to mature. It happens when they're about our age.
Oh, and
Dorothy. Are there any other points from the preview committee?
I had a friend that really liked Five Finger Death Punch.
Lauren has a list of questions we'd like to project for the class to see.
That's a pretty good one too, I hear.
John, would you put out the front lights, please?
When does human growth begin?
Yeah.
How much does one grow before birth?
Oh, okay. So it's pronounced Wait, it's not. Oh. Oh, Hokage.
Boys and girls grow at
Is
the
that
same
right?
rate.
Did I say that correctly?
What are the main growth changes that occur during childhood and adolescence?
Yeah, Apache, 150%.
The committee did very well. The film we'll see this morning will give the answers to these questions. It will also show the earliest phases of growth.
I had a
as
friend
well as the changes
once.
that take place during childhood and adolescence. It will help you to understand the way the cycle of human growth is repeated over and over.
Okay, Hokage. I'm sorry, sweetie.
And now we're ready for the film.
Didn't realize. But thanks for letting me know.
When we talk about growth, we usually think of growing up. But the long road of growth is not just up. If it were, it would mean that this little baby would someday look like this.
Whoa.
Now, let's see how human beings really grow. Here are two average babies, a little boy and a little girl. In the course of a few years, they will reach maturity. During the first 3 years, growth is very rapid. The boy and girl become twice as tall and 5 times as heavy as they were at birth. By the age of 6, they have added still more height and weight. Notice that the boy is
Oh, I love Japanese culture too. I have one of my good friends is Japanese, and she's actually coming tomorrow to visit. She's going to be in town all weekend, so
the girl grows more rapidly than the boy.
I was letting everyone know I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow because I'm going to go to dinner with her.
The girl is taller and heavier than the boy, and she looks more mature.
And she's part of a mixed martial arts group.
Growth slows down, while usually the boy keeps on growing rapidly for another year or two. When they reach their late teens or early 20s, they are fully mature people, with the boy again being appreciably larger than the girl.
Oh my gosh, Apache.
By comparing the adult with the child, we can see the growth changes more clearly. Notice that the adult's face and head are less round, and the arms, legs, and trunk relatively longer.
When a mommy and daddy love each other very much, they abstain from having kids because they want to continue to love each other and have money.
Growth is more than just growing up. The form of the body changes as well.
I don't know if people really realize how energy zapping raising a kid is. I've watched friends go through it, and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired just watching you do all this.
The chemicals
anyway.
are called hormones, and they regulate body growth. The pituitary hormone influences the secretions of other glands, notably the
I know my parents didn't really know what they were getting into.
Located in the pelvic region of the body. The testes secrete the male sex hormone, and the ovaries.
And I know I was planned. So they wanted me. They just were like, "Oh no,
brings about many
this is too crazy."
Both boys and girls. And in the way they feel and act, too. For boys, hair begins to grow on the face. For both boys and girls, hair grows under the arms, in the pubic region, and elsewhere on the body. The breasts of the girl begin
Oh, yeah. Japanese
The
culture
vocal
is
cords of both boys and
really
girls
interesting.
get larger and their voices deepen. These physical changes make the boy feel more manly and the girl more womanly. Both feel independent. They
I can't
begin
wait
be
to go
interested
there.
in members of the other sex, in social activities, and in being together. These are normal feelings. In addition to hormones, the
Parenting
testes
is
and
an
ovaries
exercise
produce
you
the male and
perform when you have
female
given up
sex
all
cells
hope.
from which we all have our beginning.
Yeah,
The male
Apache,
cell or sperm
my
cell is so
parents,
small it can be seen only with a microscope.
they waited something
When
like
we
13
magnify the
years to
sperm
have
cell many
me.
times, we see the head containing the nucleus and the tail that wiggles
And I don't
causes
know
the
for
cell to move.
sure, you know, but it seemed to me
The female
that
cell,
their
or ovum,
relationship got a
while
little
larger than the
dicey,
sperm, is still no
like
bigger than a
within
pinpoint.
maybe, I don't know, like 5 years of when I was born.
By enlarging the ovum many times, we can see the cell wall
And
the
I was a pretty
disc-like
good
nucleus.
baby. I just think it's, I don't know,
When the
I just
sperm
think
from
my
the
mom
father
was really
unites with the
overwhelmed.
ovum from the mother, growth begins. The nucleus of each sex cell contains the genes and chromosomes which determine the heredity of the
I
child,
don't know what that
his
is.
resemblance to his parents and other characteristics.
Oh,
When a boy
that
is
sounds
between
pretty
the ages
cool.
of 13 and 16, the testes begin to produce sperm cells.
Okay.
These sperm cells are carried through the tubes in a thick,
Oh, I hope I
colorless
don't get
liquid
banned
called
somewhere.
semen, and at certain times are expelled through the penis.
Yeah, there we go.
This happens during mating and sometimes during dreams and sleep. This is a normal
Mating.
function of the body. In addition to the ovaries, the sex organs of the girl consist of the tubes, the uterus, and the vagina. When a girl is between the ages
I am the
of
middle
12 and
child.
15,
Okay, have an
the
older brother
ovaries
and
begin
younger
to produce
sister.
ova, or
I
egg cells.
I'm the only child, Apache.
About once every month, an ovum ripens and leaves the ovary, moving into the tube. While
How
the
did you
ovum
like being
moves
the middle
slowly along
kid?
the
Just
tubes,
curious.
the uterus becomes richly supplied with blood to nourish the egg. But if the ovum doesn't meet a sperm cell, it fails to grow and is discharged. Some days later, the uterus sheds its lining and a little blood passes from the body. The bleeding decreases and in a few days stops completely. This process is called menstruation.
Oh, really?
The whole cycle
Why?
begins again
What
with another
made you love
ovum
it?
ripening, usually in the opposite ovary. During early adolescence, the menstrual cycle may be quite irregular. It usually takes a year or two for a rhythm to become established.
Oh, wow.
These
Hokage,
functions
yeah,
begin
that's
as we attain sexual maturity.
you know, my
But all of us
dad
do not mature
he
at the
brought
same
back
These boys and
he
girls,
brought
for
back
example,
a
are all
I think
13
something
years old.
like that.
Yet among them we see many
But it was like
differences in
a
size
it
and
wasn't from
maturity.
Japan, I don't
These
think. I think it was a
differences and the fact
Korean
that girls usually
it,
mature
oh
earlier
yeah, it
than
was a
boys,
Korean
both
exorcism
physically
mask.
and emotionally,
I
sometimes
I
create
don't think it
problems.
was Japanese. I think it was Korean.
But by the
And
time
it was
boys
kind of
and
like the
girls
same
reach their
kind of,
late teens,
you know,
these problems will have been
deal,
solved.
but really cool. Do you
Also, by the
in
time they have completed
Japanese
their
culture, do you have
education,
anything like that? I still have the
have steady
exorcism
jobs,
mask.
want to get married,
I haven't used it. I
and
hope
are
I
ready
never
to
use
accept the
it.
responsibility
I
of
don't want to do
having
an
and raising
exorcism.
children,
That sounds
the
scary.
differences in sexual maturity will have disappeared. Human growth can begin only when the sperm cells of the father during mating pass from the penis into the vagina of the mother.
Yep. That's
The sperm
true.
cells use their thread-like tails to move into the uterus
My brother
and
got a lot of
tubes.
attention as he was the firstborn.
If the sperm cells meet an ovum, and one sperm succeeds in breaking through the cell wall,
My sister got a lot of
fertilization
attention. Okay,
occurs.
she was the baby. I
The
got left to
nucleus of the
do
sperm
much
joins with the
mischief.
nucleus of the ovum,
Oh, yeah.
and growth begins.
Mm-hmm. That is a common thing with middle children. Well, I'm
The
glad you were
fertilized
kind of
ovum
like,
begins
you know,
to
did you
divide
like
into
being
many
kind of
cells
free to do
while
whatever?
moving along the tube to the uterus.
Some kids don't like that. Some kids, they feel
There it
like they're kind of
attaches
left
itself
out.
to the inner lining.
But
Drawing its
I have a
nourishment from
friend
the blood of
who
the mother,
also
it
was the middle
continues to
child,
grow,
and she was kind of like
and in a
you.
month
She was
looks
like,
like
yeah,
this.
okay, I want to do what I want.
At
And
2
no one really
months,
seemed
it
to
is
care
much
too
bigger
much.
and is already beginning to look like a baby. You can see the cord which connects the baby to the mother, and through which the baby receives its nourishment and oxygen.
Oh, Sneaks, I'm sorry it's not your cup
The
of tea.
uterus, which
We
is
just
normally
watch
not
funny
much
things
bigger
like
than a
this
fist,
sometimes.
is muscular and elastic
There's a
enough to
lot of
expand
vintage
to many
videos out
times
there
its
on
normal
YouTube.
size.
So we just watch it, make fun of
At
it,
4 months,
talk
you
about,
can already
I don't
see
know,
why this expansion is
something
necessary.
related or unrelated.
The baby now has arms and legs that move inside the mother. By 6 months, the baby has gradually turned to
I
this
actually,
head-down
I found the
position in
collection
preparation
of
for
sex ed
birth.
videos online, and
The baby is very active
as I
now.
was looking for
It is not
vintage
only the
dating
uterus
videos,
that
which we
expands
also
to accommodate
watched,
the growing baby. Here you can see how
and
the
then I
whole
found these, and
abdominal
I'm like,
wall
oh, I
is
gotta show this. We gotta do a sex ed
This
video
baby has developed
night.
for 9 months and is about to be born. If the mother were lying down, this would be the position
It's
of the baby
very,
just
yes,
before birth.
I would agree.
You can see the mother's
So
spine below the
risque.
enlarged uterus.
I think I'm
The
scaring
head
Sneaks
settles to a
away.
lower position, and the muscles of the uterus begin to force the baby out. The muscle walls of the vagina
That's
expand to make
cool.
room.
I really
the
like
baby's
learning
head
a lot
begins to
about
move out
the
of the
culture
mother.
here. That Hokage, you're
The doctor
you're
lends a
saying a lot
helping
about
hand, and the new
Japanese
baby
culture.
meets the outside
I'd love
world.
to learn more.
Since the baby no longer has to depend upon its mother's blood for food and oxygen, the doctor ties and cuts the cord. The baby cannot feel the cutting any more than you can feel it when the barber cuts your hair.
I felt it.
Growth continues.
Just kidding.
And this baby will become a full-grown boy or girl, and eventually a father or a mother, thus continuing the cycle of human growth.
Yep.
Lights, please.
Oh, yeah, Apache. I mean, I don't disagree with you. A lot of our, like, sex education back in the day, I feel like everyone was like, this is why you shouldn't have sex ever.
Let's begin our discussion by answering the first question from the preview committee. Who can tell us when human growth begins?
But I think it like scared maybe
Begins when a sperm cell enters an egg
98% of us. But I still went to high school with a couple girls who got
cell. Then the egg
pregnant in
isn't
high school.
fertilized, then it dies in a few days.
That's correct, Bill. Steve, do you have a question?
Well, it's sort of a silly question, but I was wondering why there's so many sperm cells and only one egg cell.
That's a very good
That's an
question,
excellent
Steve.
question.
Let's use the projector to explain it.
I think it's because they all die, you guys.
Now, in the first place, remember that the male sperm cells are being produced all the time, while only one egg cell
Emotional damage.
That's one reason there's so many more sperm cells than egg cells. Then
PC
what would
graphic
happen if there
card.
were only one or a few sperm cells. The ovum is produced here.
Honey, I don't know what you
moved into the
mean.
tube.
I don't know what kind of graphic card I have.
The sperm cell has to travel
I'd have to
all the way
look.
up here to find
I'm
the ovum.
sorry.
And if there weren't so many of them, the chances of the ovum meeting a sperm cell would be small. Lights, please. Does that answer your question, Steve?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Mrs. Baker.
Are there other questions?
No, she looks friendly enough. I'd take sex ed from
About
her.
menstruation, is it really normal for the body to bleed like that?
Completely normal, Julie. Remember in the animation?
Yeah, it was like, okay, birds and the bees, and then STDs. Hey, that rhymes.
Well, when the ovum is not fertilized, there's no need for this nourishment. So the uterus merely sheds its inner lining, and naturally a little blood leaves the body at the same time.
Oh, I see.
STDs are scary, you guys. Like, really. Another fun fact about my dad, he was in Vietnam, and he was a corpsman, or I think a medic on a ship, and he saw a lot of gonorrhea. And he said these guys were like in excruciating pain. So, wear protection. Oh, wow.
Why do some kids grow faster than others?
I think they call it the clap, right?
I'd like to know more about different kinds of hormones.
Everybody says I look like my Aunt Sarah. Why do I have to look like her when I don't even like her?
That's a very good point.
All of those are excellent questions. You students who've been watching this film, you've heard the questions we're going to discuss. You can discuss these same questions with your teacher, and you can add any others you have.
Okay, I heard that. I heard that you guys have like restaurants that are themed, which is amazing. And it's very, very cool. I wish we had more like fun restaurants here in the United States. Where I was 8, we had, oh my gosh. You mean you had 6 months of sex education? That sounds like a very long time. I don't know if I can handle 6 months of that. Let's see. What more torture can we inflict on ourselves today? How about... Let's see what this is about, you guys. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
Everybody tells us we should talk about sex to our children, but nobody tells us just how.
What is this? I don't think I've looked at this.
A few bad starts have scared me off completely.
Oh, parent to child. Yeah.
We are going to discuss quite frankly the things that are normal and to be expected in the development of children in relation to sex.
Mary?
Sorry, Sneaks.
Come out of your navel.
Oh, Sneaks, there will be an exam at the end of this.
There's a
so
special
take
opening
notes.
just in front of the place where you have your BM.
Oh
It's
my
very,
gosh.
very tiny, and a little girl.
This is
but
a
as you
creepy
grow,
video.
It grows too, right along with the rest of you.
Some of you may become somewhat uncomfortable as parts of this film unfold, but I think if you listen carefully, you will agree
I think
that the
Sneaks
concepts
secretly
will
loves
contribute
it.
to the rearing of a mature person who has a healthy,
I think they can't wait
responsible
for the next
attitude toward
video.
the sexual side of his life.
Every so often I get a
Wow.
strong
Oh,
sex
you need
urge,
braces.
and the only way I
A
can
little
take care
bit.
of it is to
Just a little.
masturbate. And when I do, I feel awful. It's just like I've committed a crime or something. And it worries me, and I say, well, I won't do it
Oh,
anymore.
Apache, it's a practical
I
exam.
do, it goes
So
away
you have
for a
to
while, and I
you have
come
to give
back
me
and
the
do it
answers
again.
orally.
And when I do
That's the
control
hardest
myself
test.
for a while, I end up with a wet dream.
George, I'm really pleased that you can tell me about this. Perhaps it's because we've known each
I
other
hate
for so
practical
long.
exams, by the way.
We've
They're
talked
pretty
about the
hard.
importance of answering the questions of the curious child. Equally important is how we react to his behavior. As children get a little older, there is a behavior pattern that is common to almost all boys and a large number of girls. I'm referring, of course, to masturbation. The only thing I can tell you as a doctor
Oh my gosh,
is
his
that what you're
face.
doing is just part of growing up. It's something you probably will do once in a while, whether you think it's a good idea or not.
Hey,
I wish I could
Flapjacks.
reassure you so that you aren't concerned.
Thanks for the follow,
From a
sweetie.
medical point of view,
Mwah.
George, I only wish society could look at
Welcome
it in
to our
its proper
silly
light.
stream.
There are two basic objectives to which we would like to draw your attention. First, note the many things that you should not do because they can be damaging.
Feel free to
a
say
healthy
hello
attitude.
to the class,
It may
Flapjacks.
sound funny to you, but
We're just a bunch of friends here.
I'd like to crawl in that locker. I feel so undeveloped.
That's not so funny. Before we moved here, I used to go to a school where we had to go swimming in the Bear.
Are
I was
visual
so
aids
embarrassed about the
allowed?
size of my penis that we used to dread the days we had to go swimming.
Yes.
Even though it was my best sport, and I was good at it too, like you. Boy, what I wouldn't have given for a fig leaf, even from a small tree.
What parents should do is to reassure their boy that his eventual physical appearance has little to do with the vast differences that occur at puberty. What's more, every boy should realize that the size of his genital organs has nothing to do with fertility or his capacity as a male.
I never had a good enough understanding myself to really explain things.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
even know at what age to start. When should I begin?
First thing I hear is I'm
When I
talking
keep
about
that in,
masturbation, of course.
I get butterflies in my stomach. I suspect my husband does too.
Yeah, welcome.
I know he does. He
There's
evades
been
these
some awkward
discussions like the
moments here,
plague.
but I
Unless you're
embrace
an
them.
extremely
I
unusual
embrace them.
audience, you will welcome some of this help, because most people,
You were
parents
like,
or
I
young
need to
people
check
who
out
are
this
concerned
stream.
about their own attitudes, have not in their own lives had the opportunity to gain this kind of insight. Let me
Yeah,
at this point make a
absolutely.
clear-cut
I would say
scientific
masturbation is
statement.
normal.
Masturbation is not harmful.
No,
The
yeah,
young
definitely
child
not
often plays
harmful
with
and
his
normal.
genitals, and after puberty, masturbation is
I
the
don't
common
know how
release
priests
mechanism for
do
the sex
it,
drive.
honestly.
Now I would like to turn to an entirely different subject. One of
That's a
particular
whole
interest
different
to the girls,
conversation, you guys.
menstruation.
There's been a real change in our approach to education about menstruation. It's hard to believe what grandmother experienced, but let's hear her story.
I'll never forget when
You
I
have a
was
rendering of a
14 years
duck and a
old.
beaver?
I went to the little outhouse.
That'll
on
be
the farm.
interesting.
My new dress was stained and there was blood on my underclothes. I ran inside.
Oh, no,
and showed my
Hokage.
mother.
No, absolutely
And
not.
all she said was, "You're menstruating," and turned and walked away.
You're fine. You're fine,
I had to
sweetie.
find out how to take care of myself from my cousin.
Were any of your girlfriends told in advance by their mothers?
No, I'm afraid not. They were just as scared as I was. Some of them had older sisters who told them. One thing I was sure of, I would never let this happen to my daughter.
And when did you first learn about menstrual periods?
I really can't remember.
Well,
Wow,
most
I'm on
girls
fire
have
all of a sudden, you
experience,
guys.
having had menstrual periods for several years, looking at the information that you received.
Someone
before you
grab a
started,
fire
how would you
extinguisher.
evaluate it?
I just always sort of seemed to know something about it, and I knew that I'd have them someday. I do remember, though, when I started to develop.
Master debating is disgusting and illegal.
And that's when she went into the sort of information that you gave in the animation. Not as clearly as that, but I felt I knew what the score was. And then she did a very practical
Apache,
thing.
would you say that
She
you're a
gave me
great
belt
debater?
and a pad, and I was all set.
If there is no fertilization, menstruation occurs.
Wow, look
Since
at
the
this
uterine
one.
lining, or that nesty place
This
little
one's
Mary was
colored.
told about, is not needed to nourish the fertilized egg. It is sloughed off.
What's a poot?
This sloughing
Oh, you guys
off
have to show
of the broken down
Flapjacks
cells
what
of blood
poot
from
is.
the lining of the uterus and their discharge through the vagina is what menstruation
That's a
actually
poot.
is.
So I think a poot is when you want to. I think it's when you.
Emotional damage.
I'm trying to describe a poot. A poot. Poot's a toot. A toot's a fart.
Mommy, what's this?
Yeah.
Well, I guess, honey, you're
Oh
old
no,
enough
not
to
in
understand
Walmart,
these things.
Apache. Oh, tell me
Those are
that
sanitary
didn't
pads for me,
happen.
honey. You know that mothers have a special place inside them where the babies grow before they come out? Well, each month in a grown-up woman, a sort of soft, nesty place builds up. And some of the nest is blood.
I have to
And
remove
if
the
a woman
cool
is going
down.
to have a baby,
But
she needs this nest for the baby
I
to
think
grow
if
in.
it's
Now, let me
spammed
tell
too
you what
much,
pads
like the program that
no
it's
baby
on
has
will
started there,
freeze
Then the blood in the nest isn't needed. And it just dribbles
and
out of the
break
vagina
and
for a few
blow
days.
up.
Here's a place where I want to make a brief comment about the influence of the advertising world in stimulating sexuality. Sales pitches for titillating devices such as perfumes, clothes, makeup are designed to lure the young girl or her over-anxious parent into accepting
Oh,
this
I think all the
exaggerated
commands.
emphasis on
I think I put them
sexuality or
on the
sex appeal as the
on
standard,
the
and the
dashboard
use
of the
these
channel.
devices is essential
And you
for
can always do
competing
chat
sexually.
redeems too.
And then a fresh new
Or
nest
I mean
place starts
channel
building up.
redeems.
That's what the pads are
Like
for.
you can put me in
Catch the
bed.
blood.
Does it
You can
hurt?
put me to bed,
It shouldn't.
Flapjacks.
It's something that happens to every girl when she grows up.
Parents should recognize that the
And a
feelings
bunch of other
inferiority
things.
that develop at this stage can be lasting and damaging for many years to come.
And you can throw things at me
Those
too.
who have hurdled this period successfully can look back comfortably and with amusement. But from the child's point of view, the problem
Oh my gosh, I'm in jail.
It adds to the marriage.
No.
Makes it more complete.
Oh no.
The
I
adolescent
can't
boy
get
has
out.
other problems too. I'm talking
Thanks,
about his
Apache.
father's growth and development, which can be as disturbing to him as his sex pressures. Parents don't talk freely about sexual matters with their children. They can't.
Oh, Sneaks, be careful
They've been
out
reared
there.
in such a way that it's a bugaboo.
A
They
bugaboo.
don't have enough facts.
I haven't heard that in a
Parents
while.
don't know when or how to begin.
Until when you're grown
There's a
up,
lot of
they
creeps
get to
out
be
there,
just
so
about
just,
this
you know,
size.
protect yourself.
Now, when the baby's ready to be born, it stretches up to be about this size, just big enough for the baby to slip through head first. Then after the baby's born, it goes back to its regular size.
Parents should be aware of this, that this sort of pressure frequently helps set an artificial
I think
pace
I've been
for
a
the
naughty
teenager.
girl.
A young girl who is not
Apache
yet
needed to
ready
punish
or
me. I
really
needed to be
interested in these
punished.
devices,
Punish
they often
me.
feel that something is wrong with her since she's not really interested in these things when other girls are. On the other hand,
I can't get
there are many
out.
other girls who
Only
acquire
Apache has the
desire
key.
to lure are as yet by no means mature in other ways, and they find the stage set for many problems they aren't ready to handle.
I was, I guess.
They don't do it that way anymore. Perhaps you've heard some of the old wives' tales about don't take a bath, don't wash your hair, don't eat pickles while you're menstruating.
Don't eat pickles?
Now, I'd like to
Wait
see
a
if
minute.
we
Don't
can
eat
summarize
pickles while
what
you're
we've presented.
menstruating?
Sex
This
education
guy
as
just
such
said
is
don't
not
eat
difficult.
pickles while you're
It is
menstruating.
only uncomfortable for parents because of their backgrounds and lack of know-how. From our experiences with many
I'm
people,
not sure that's
we have
a thing.
tried to bring out misconceptions and facts not well understood and tried to explain them on a scientific basis. It should be evident the advantages of starting early with explanations to children.
Oh my gosh.
If you ask most parents what they really
We have a
want
lot
from
of
their children, the answer fundamentally
words
is
coming
good,
up for me to
satisfying,
allow.
happy life. If we begin early to create an atmosphere of understanding in which the
A
child is allowed
voiceover?
to express his real feelings,
No,
we
you
give
mean like,
honest answers to
is
his
it like
questions, we're well on the road
like a filter?
to the
I used
kind
to
of
use one,
parent-child
but I don't
relationship
anymore.
that
So
fosters the
this is my real
development of
voice.
true maturity.
Yeah,
Problems
it's
related
real.
to sex are not isolated problems.
And when I get a cold, you'll
There
know.
are,
So,
all but the rare individual,
although I haven't gotten a
a part
cold
of
in a
some
while,
greater
knock on wood,
Good
somewhere. I
communication
guess
between
this
parent
wood would
and
work.
child is one of
Knock
the
on a
best
wood.
ways of preventing
Knock
problems.
on something woody. I'll use this fake wood here. This desk wood. All right. Well, that was... I feel like I'm torturing you guys today. I don't know. Well, how about this one? Here we go. This looks like a lot of fun. Lupi is definitely AI generated. Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Emotional damage.
Alrighty. Wow, the sound is so bad here. Is there sound here or no? Oh, here we go.
Boys are really working very hard.
Whoa, that's really
Say,
quiet.
Maybe you'd like to meet some of them. Well, there's Bill. He's going out for the high jump. And Jim, the broad jump and sprints, too. Mike is #1 boy at the shot put right now. He's a pretty good distance runner, too. But Ben's clocked the best time for the 440 so far.
Oh, thanks, Sneaks.
Pole vault is George's specialty, but he's giving the high jump a good try, too. And Pete, well, he's trying most everything right now. They make a pretty fair team. Anyway, they're sure trying hard enough.
Hey, Coach.
Sneaks
Yeah?
can't wait until the next
Oh,
video.
is it bad?
I don't think so.
Well, see me inside, will you?
Okay.
Okay. That's it for today. Everybody inside. Come on.
Emotional damage does not have to be with the capital E.
Emotional damage.
I don't think.
Here. Let's take a look. How'd you do it?
I was taking a jump and I landed sideways in.
Yeah, I can see. Well, I'll put an elastic bandage around it. I'll take a look at it and see how it is tomorrow. Okay?
Why does this always have to happen to me? Some guys never get hurt.
Oh, you're just having a little bad luck.
Yeah, but why me? Look at Mike. He never gets hurt.
Well, he's built a little different from you, Pete.
Oh, but
He's
we are
developed
playing a
early.
game,
Yeah,
Sneaks.
but why? He's
We're
not
playing a
any older
fun
than I
game.
am.
It's not just how old you are. Kids develop at different times.
It's called How Long Can You Sit Through Sex Ed Videos?
Mickey Mouse, listen, you big.
All right. Take it easy.
Like when you were young, your parents
get
were like,
your
all right,
clothes
let's
on."
play the quiet game.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see how long everyone can last.
That's Mike. He's sure filling out. And it won't be long before Pete starts putting on some weight, too.
There you go.
In fact, all these kids are starting to develop now. They're all around 14, 15 years old. And there'll be a lot of changes taking place.
Do homework? What homework? You know, your math. Oh, that? Sure. I couldn't get the last one.
Thanks, Panda.
Right, that's the one I was wondering about. Say, what happened to your face? Oh, this? Cut myself shaving.
Yeah, love it. I love dancing, so anytime
I'll
you just
start
want to
shaving
make me
soon.
dance, please do.
Come on, you better get a move on or we'll be late for class.
Yes, shaving is part of it. And there were still other changes. Some of these things most kids knew about, while others didn't.
It should be under commands.
No,
so when you click
had a
on the
wet dream
channel
last night.
name,
Wet
it should
dream?
put you to like a
that?
dashboard with like
Oh, you know,
rules and
the
commands
sperm
and
comes out of
stuff.
your penis.
Sperm?
Yeah, sort of a sticky stuff.
Oh God.
Size part of a baby. Didn't your brother ever tell you about that?
No. He never says much
I
about
created a
anything.
game with a boy who's now 20. I met
So
him
that
in
means
an
you can start a baby.
informative
It was something new to Bill.
ticker something.
This
The name
business
is
was not
Battle
general admission.
Dudes.
Just as a lot of other things were new.
The cool thing is I make money
Growing up
on
at the time
my
of change,
prepaid
everything
or
seems to happen at
I
once.
don't- okay, PayPal
The
without
coach
doing
of his
anything,
plan.
but
Well, you
he's
get
still
those
the game
here, Jerry.
owner.
Hey, what is this? You all taking the afternoon off?
Oh, you created a
Hey,
game.
Coach,
That's neat.
Didn't you say it was glands that made guys different?
Glands.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, today in biology class, Mr. Davis said we're all different because of our parents.
That's right. I meant the way your body develops at puberty.
Puberty? What's that?
Well, that'd take a little explaining. Maybe later, huh?
Yeah, but when?
Well, how about after practice this afternoon?
Sure, great.
Okay, but we've got work to do now. Come on, let's
Yeah,
get
okay,
out there.
okay.
Come on, fellas. So that afternoon in the locker room, I started answering some of the boys' questions.
Hey, you having a meeting?
No, just talking. Sit down if you want to. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yes. Well, each of us is different from the day we're born. No
That's
two people
true.
are exactly alike. Some of those differences are inherited from our parents.
All right, now we're going to get sex ed from a
Then at
male
puberty,
perspective.
certain glands begin to work, and our bodies begin to change.
But where are these glands? Yeah. And what's puberty?
Well, puberty? Well, puberty's a lot of things. Mainly, though, it's a time of change. For you, it means your bodies are changing from boys to men.
You mean like having a kid?
Here we go.
When's the guy start
That's the
changing
happy
anyway?
birthday.
Oh, there
It
isn't
has to
any
be like
special age.
happy birthday.
You're all going to
Like
start at
one
different
one
times.
word.
That's because everybody matures according to his own body's rules. In general, everybody grows broader in the shoulders, the ribs, and the pelvis. Your arm and leg bones grow longer, and so does your back, from the neck to the buttocks. But everybody doesn't develop at the same time, or in the same way.
That guy's like, get a load of that.
Bigger all
Oh, they
over
love
than you,
it.
Pete. But that just means he started filling out earlier. You'll catch
Oh
up.
yeah.
George
Look at that little
now
goofy
is growing
kid.
tall instead of filling out.
He's like,
Mike is more
we're
like
learning
Jim.
about sex.
Ben will be tall, probably, and big all
Oh
over.
my gosh.
Well, everybody is just naturally a little different.
Yeah. But where do these glands come in?
Well, it's the sex glands or testes that actually get these changes going.
Whoa, what's
Here.
going on here?
Maybe a diagram will help. Here's the penis.
Well, actually,
and
that's
the scrotum
testicles.
that holds
scrotum
the testicles or testes inside. Now, when you're around 14, maybe sooner, maybe later, the testes start making a chemical substance called a hormone. It's this hormone that causes the changes. It enlarges the penis itself and starts
sure
hair
does.
growing here and under your arms and on your face. It even affects your voice, makes it deeper. It also makes you grow thicker or taller or both.
That hormone, is that what you call sperm?
No, sperm is something else. Sperm is made in the testes, too. Do you all know what sperm is?
Coach was way too
Yeah,
needy,
it's the
or
guy's
ready,
part of the
way
baby,
too
isn't it?
needy.
That's right.
Maybe that too.
But
Ready
how
for
does it
this
get out
part
from
of
the
sports
testicles?
ball. Yeah.
Through tubes. Here.
He was. And also,
There's
look
one
how he
from
wears
each
his
testicle.
watch.
Goes up,
I had a French
down
teacher
again,
that wore her watch
through a
like
storage
that.
place,
She wore
and
her
out into the
watch like
penis.
on the
Now,
underside.
when the penis erects, gets hard, the sperm
I don't know
can
how
come
you
out
would
in what's called
check the time. Like,
an ejaculation.
that would be so weird.
Not every time, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, sometimes the penis gets hard.
Yeah, they are kind of playing
without-
with balls.
Well,
Oh, without an ejaculation of sperm? Oh, yes, that's right.
Oh, yes.
You see,
That happens to
all
me
an
all the
erection
time.
is an increase
he
in
says.
blood in the penis, which is made up mostly of sponges. Now, when something excites us sexually, this tissue fills up with blood, and the whole organ is extended or hard, erect.
sometimes that
Direct.
just happens by itself, doesn't it? You know, like in the morning.
Oh, yes, you don't have to be thinking about sex to have an erection. Pressure from a full bladder can cause it, or rhythmic movements of the body. Horseback riding, say. Yes, George.
Does an erection, well, does that mean you have too much sperm and you ought to get rid of it?
Get rid of it? No. But sometimes your body will do that by itself.
Yeah,
At night.
Sneaks, you can ask a
It's called
question.
nocturnal emission,
Like,
or
have you
wet
ever
dream.
done a magic
Then you
8 ball
can cause
before?
an ejaculation by yourself,
I
too,
used to have one
by
as a kid.
masturbating, rubbing
And
the
so what
penis.
you do is you ask a question, and you
Sometimes
shake the
hear that
magic 8 ball,
masturbation
and then
affects
you
your
look at what
mind
it
or your
says.
manhood. It isn't true. For
So
kids your
that's
age,
part
it's
of
just something normal.
the thing. So ask a
Does that-
question, and then you can do the magic 8
Well, I
ball.
was told it had something to do with pimples.
And then I'll
stuff.
give you the answer.
Is that right?
No. No, you see, when you reach
Do you wear
puberty,
your watch
all
that
these
way,
changes
Apache?
start
Oh my
taking
gosh.
place. There are a lot of glands involved.
You find
Not
it
just the
strange
sex
to check the time, though.
For instance,
Maybe I should
there's one
try
in the
doing
back of the
that.
brain
Or is it more
called the
comfortable?
pituitary. And then there are the thyroid glands here in the neck. Now, some things
Of
about
course
these
you are
glands
still
is
here,
still a
Sneaks.
mystery.
You love this.
But we do know that a hormone from one can affect the others. And in a lot of people your age, this may partly cause skin trouble.
Well, what can you do about it?
Oh, if it really bothers you, you should see a doctor. He'll tell you what to do. It can be cleared up pretty well these days. Hey, it's about time.
Hey, could we go on with this tomorrow?
Yeah, how about it?
Sure, okay.
They want to talk more
Come
about
on
this,
down
you
early,
guys.
huh?
They can't get enough of it. You had to wear your watches face inward when checking rooms after
Oh,
lights
yeah.
out so
There
the
was
face would not
still
hit the
plenty of
metal door
questions.
frame.
And as usual, some guys thought they knew all the answers.
And so the dope pushed her into the water. Boy, did she get mad. Maybe she was having her period or something.
Oh,
that
wow.
doesn't make
That's,
any
I've
difference.
not heard
I
that
used
one
to go to school when
before.
She's having her period.
Oh my gosh.
Period?
Why are you so
What's that?
sensitive,
Yeah,
Loopy?
no,
Are you
menstrual
on the
period.
rag or
Don't you know what
something?
that is?
Yeah, I haven't
No.
heard that one before.
Say, somebody ought to give you
Nope,
guys the word.
I'm just
Okay,
mad.
wise guy, what is it?
Hey, what's going on here?
Well, these goofballs who've never heard of a menstrual period now is trying to tell them.
And he didn't know what he was talking about either. Yeah.
Okay, simmer down. Have a seat. I brought some charts. Maybe this'll
So,
help.
Apache, I just turned my
female
watch
reproductive
to the way
system.
that you wear it.
And fertilization.
I'm going to try it out.
Hey, look. Polywog.
Now,
It kind
wait
of
a
does
minute.
feel
These are
different,
sperm
and it feels a
cells.
little more
But let's
comfortable.
start from the beginning. Menstruation is just one part of a whole series of things that take place in the female sex
Yep.
system.
Creepy ball,
It's arranged
this one.
something like this. The vagina that opens out between the legs, the uterus or womb a pair of tubes, and
Sneaks
two sex
is
glands
sharing
or ovaries.
how much they love
Now,
this
about
video.
once every month, these glands produce an egg cell, or ovum, which passes along one of these tubes to the uterus.
An egg? You mean like a chicken egg?
Oh, it doesn't bring a big old
No,
smile to your
not
face,
exactly.
Sneaks?
It's very small. You'd need a
Doesn't
microscope
remind
to
you of
get a
sex
really
ed at your
good
high
look at it.
school?
It's like a chicken egg in one way, though. If it's fertilized by a male sperm cell, it'll grow into a baby. Here in the uterus. First, the uterus grows a lining which would take and feed the egg if it were fertilized. But when it's not fertilized, it disintegrates, and it and the lining and some blood pass out through the vagina. And this is called menstruation. Yes, Pete?
Yeah, I suppose so, isn't it, Apache? Because you're like, oh, let
When
me,
she reaches puberty,
you know,
around 13.
let me just check the time. Like, it's not as,
Yes,
I see
that's
what you
right.
mean. I do.
Just like you can become fathers.
It's kind of a
as soon
less
as your testes
intrusive
start
way
making
of
sperm.
checking the time.
Here.
Huh.
This
Thanks,
is what
Apache.
happens when the egg is fertilized. The sperm
may just,
meets
like,
the
continue to
egg
do that.
in this tube. Then the fertilized egg becomes attached to the uterus wall,
Let's see. We have a
and the
couple
cells
more
multiply
videos.
and grow into a baby.
Yeah, but how's it get there? You know, not just the sperm and egg stuff. I mean, well,
Film
what really
strips?
happened?
We had film
Oh,
strips.
what you want to
I
know
remember
about
film
is
strips.
sexual intercourse.
Oh,
Well, that
sexual
happens like
intercourse.
this. Here.
How dandy.
Here's a cross-section of the vagina. The
Yeah,
erect
I remember
penis enters
slides and
and rhythmic movements, a pumping back and forth.
Yeah, we had
causes
slides.
An ejaculation from the penis.
That was a
Some of
long,
the
long time
sperm
ago,
swim
though.
up here through the
I
uterus.
think slides were
and
kind
out
of
into the
phased
tube,
out
where they may or
when I
may
was in
not
grade
meet
school,
an egg
but
cell.
we didn't have teachers that
If
still
one
used
does,
that.
then
Yeah,
the egg is
slides.
fertilized and
And
settles down
overheads.
here in the uterus and
We had
grows into a baby.
overheads too.
About 9 months later, the baby is born through the vagina. This is how we all came into the world.
Yeah, but babies and all that. That's not all you go out with girls for, is it?
How do you become a
No,
VIP?
you're Going
You
out
have
with
to
girls is
steal the
fun.
love from my heart.
When you get older, you probably want to get married and start a family.
Say, when should a guy start going around with girls?
Oh, there's no real answer to that. Whenever you feel like it, I guess. Maybe the first time you'll want to ask someone to
Yeah,
a party
overhead
or a
projectors, right, with
Maybe
like the
you'll meet a partner.
pens.
But
That's my
there's
math
no
teacher used to
special
do
age.
that.
Just like there isn't any special reason for taking a girl out. Most guys just like female company. Well,
Sneaks, if
that's
you're
it for
in high
today, fellas.
school,
Let's get out to practice. huh?
I don't know exactly how old you are, sweetie, but I think I'm like a good 20 years older than you. Maybe plus. No,
The
I
fellas
don't
are
know
pretty
about
busy
plus.
all spring,
But
working
definitely
out
a
for
good
the
20
team
years older.
and with their schoolwork. But they had time for other things, too.
Say, how would you and Barbara like to go swimming tomorrow?
We'd love to.
Jim and I
How
thought
old
we'd
do you
go to
think
the
I
lagoon.
am? Oh, let's get that, huh?
We could stay all day. Okay, I'll take something. Hey, great. How about a big old chocolate cake? Oh, I don't know. We can try.
Well, anyway, we'll start about 9, okay?
That's very funny, Apache. Nope, I am not 25. I feel 25, though. Look at that snotty kid. What a dick. Oh yeah, Sneaks, much higher. Alright, that's the end. Oh, snap out of it. Oh, see, Apache, this is what I'm talking about. The boomers, they had stuff like this. Emotional balance. Or like, don't even go there with emotions. Taka, welcome! Mwah! Everyone, Taka's in the house. All right, we got one more sex ed video, and then it's teenage conflict, which is not really a sex ed video, but I thought it might be kind of funny. Oh. Ducky! Oh my gosh, Taka, thanks for the bits! Oh, my boob. Ouch. Oh, my head. All right, I'm going to get a concussion here real soon. How funny is this? 30? Higher. Apache and I are sitting over here like, we're older than we think. When you think? Higher. Higher. I'm having fun with this game.
A man who uses his head.
Not that high, sweetie.
You ever consider what might be inside a head? Especially,
so this video is, I thought it was interesting. It's a 1948 U.S. Naval Aviator training film. And I guess they talk about sensations, so. I'm not 40, but I'm not 35. So you're getting closer.
Known as 2020. And the memory department, called MEMO for short. He's an efficient fellow, but, well, he forgets.
Urgent mission at 1400? Oh.
Not quite. Taka, thanks for the bits, by the way. Just made my day, honey. Mwah.
When Hank Morgan's in the air, his feet are on the ground, and all of his sensory operators.
I may be 38.
And this is inner ear operator called Otto.
There's a chance I might be 38.
Been out of work for some time.
Yeah.
But he's hoping.
Ah.
I believe I can help you, Mr. Wheel. I'm handling a
Oh, this is only a 5-minute video, Sneak, so you'll live.
Otolith, very sensitive, responsive to G and acceleration, and the effect stays with you.
What have you got on Otolith?
Oh, me?
Okay, set up your equipment. We'll try.
Yes, sir. All set up, and you're now...
Ow, Sneak's brought it up.
Otolith. My fingertips. How does it feel?
Fine, but...
Yep.
Good, don't worry. We've got a green ticket, and we're still straight and level.
Oh, I don't know. I think age may not be all that super personal. It's just age. now, you know, I won't give my address out, but yeah, big deal. Panda. 1 year, 5 months, and 18 days. That's Panda's age.
Senses, let's examine the functioning of the otolith, a small organ within the inner ear.
Yeah, Sneaks, that's all you're going to get from me, honey.
Many sensory hairs
Sadly.
give the sensation of turning. Representing these by one, we can see how it functions. See? Sitting upright on the ground, the force of G due to gravity holds the hair upright. When we tilt, the G...
Hey, Pizza Rolls! Hey, welcome! Mwah!
In the air, a bank during a turn does not cause the hair to bend, since the force due to gravity combines with the centrifugal force of the turn to hold the hair in place. Thus, the otolith causes no sensation of tilting. I may explain.
Nah, that's the last time we're going to talk about age.
Rely upon your instrument's pattern. The best indicator.
Everyone is as old as they feel. And I feel younger. get this one. All right, well, that's the end of that one. And then we have teenage conflict. I love the start of these things. It's just so vintage. Yeah, I guess Sneaks is 15. I think they mentioned they were in high school, but you could be 18 in high school. You know. I think when I was 15, I was first year, I think, of high school, was it? Or is that second year? Maybe it's second year of high school.
Joe?
Hey, what's the idea of sneaking up on me?
I'm sorry. Did you get anything yet?
No, I missed it again. I don't know whether it's the satellite or this gear.
Well, I still don't see how you expect to hear a satellite.
Well, sometime when I got a couple years, I'll try to explain it to you.
Well, right now, if you've got a couple of minutes, how about explaining some of this to me?
Sure, might as well. Unless the satellite's burned up, it's gone now anyway. What don't you get?
Well, I get what it says about molecules, I guess. But what I don't know...
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
A blank.
Well, listen, are you sure you got enough range? I mean, trying to pick up a signal from a satellite's pretty tricky business.
Well, other guys are doing it. I'll track it down yet.
You know, last night at the church, some of the kids asked me to track you and Donna down, too.
Too busy.
Well, sure, we understand. It's just that we're trying to line things up for the next few weeks. We wanted to know if you'd be available to help us out with a program for one of the youth meetings.
Well, maybe later on, but, well, right now...
How about you, Donna?
Oh, I'd like to help out. Only I'm just too busy.
Okay. But remember, these meetings are important. Or did you forget?
Look, Fred, just between us, this youth fellowship stuff down at the church is just taking up too much time.
Too much?
No. And besides, it doesn't mean what it used to.
What are you talking about?
Well, I've been talking to Sid Thorpe. He's been helping me with this.
So?
Well, we've been talking about science and religion. I'm just beginning to realize how out of date the church really is.
Out of date?
Oh, it's still out of
Things in
date.
the Bible, they don't make sense anymore, not when you look at them scientifically.
Well, listen, just because Sid Thorpe happens to be president
Church
of the high
is
school
very
science
slow to
club,
change.
That doesn't make him any authority on religion.
Well, shouldn't our religious ideas stand up even under a scientific approach? I mean, either a thing is true or it isn't.
Well, certainly, but... Listen, Joe, there's some things we just have to accept on faith.
That isn't enough for me, Fred. I'm not going to build my future on something I can't prove.
Well, will you talk to our youth sponsor, then? Or to the pastor?
Look, Fred, we don't have to talk to anybody.
I sense tension.
Son, when do you think you'll get your satellite tracker working?
I don't know, Dad. I can't seem to find out what's wrong.
Say, that reminds me. Guess who's coming to town? George Cooper. There was a story about him in the paper.
Well, what's bringing him here?
Well, it seems he's going to have charge of installing some kind of electronic brain out at the new research center. Too bad he's not still living next door, Joe. I'll bet he could fix you a satellite tracker.
Boy, I'll say.
He must be pretty old by now.
Yes, he's almost 31. Ah, he was quite a character. Remember the time we hired him to hold the garden? And he mixed up a battery chemicals to try to kill the weeds scientifically?
And the smell drove us out of the house for a whole day?
Well, he did kill the weeds, and they never came back.
Yeah, neither did the grass. Seems such a shame that George, for all his brains, could never accept the fact of God having any part in the universe.
I'm so thankful that neither of you ever got to questioning things the way he did.
I wonder what happened to his folks after they moved east.
All I know is what we've read in the papers about George these past few years.
Yes, Dr. George Cooper, eminent scientist. How can a man with a mind like that be so blind to the very creator himself?
Well, maybe he found something in his research that made him believe like that.
Well, it's probably the same old story. In spite of everything he learned, he missed the main thing. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of all wisdom. A man may know his science, but unless he also knows God as creator and Lord, he's missing the whole purpose of the insights and skills of science. Well, it's time for our devotions.
Oh, it's okay.
I know exactly what you're going through, Joe.
How about we do some geospotting, guys? Would you like that?
They can just realize that things change. That their ideas about religion just...
I kind of want to do the daily challenge before it's too late. Let's see if I can bring this thing up again. Well, anyway, that was fun. Sneaks is like, yeah, finally. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right, I think I got this brought up here, no problem. Okay, so we did the daily challenge yesterday. And I got 19,000 points about. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. I'm seeing palm trees. I'm not sure we knew what the joke was, Sneaks. All right, definitely in Spanish. Oh wait, hang on you guys. I gotta go change the thing. Very popular game here. Sneaks, cat's out of the bag, honey. That's okay though. Here's a Walgreens. Ooh, and a cow. Huh. They got a Burger King. I want to say it might be, oh gosh, sorry you guys. I did this last time. I forgot to put the geoguessing thing on. Thanks, Sneaks. I did that last time too. Silly Lupi. Wow, look at all the motorbikes. Thanks for letting me know. Holy cow, look at all these bikes. I want to say this is maybe some Asian country. I don't know where that is. Huh. All right, let's keep looking. Sorry, Lupi coming through. Shanghai, Apache? I don't know. I'm not sure what language that is. Oh boy, the gas is very expensive. Oh man, I want to say this is like in Southeast Asia somewhere. Oh, agreed. Very good movies, Apache. I don't know. I'm gonna say, I feel like it might be over here somewhere. Apache, you always think it looks like Fargo. Definitely Fargo. That's my guess. Hey, I wasn't too far away. Not too far. Not like embarrassing far. Wow, this is very snowy. Right, Apache? I mean, I think it's pretty much Key Largo. I think if you don't think this is in the Keys, I don't know what's wrong with you. Clearly the Keys. Alright, it's hard to do these kinds of things because they don't have a lot of, distinguishing features. Really? Siberia? I guess it could be. gonna try and walk around more and see if I can find any other distinguishing features. So, oh, is that a car? Oh my gosh. I don't think that car is gonna leave anytime soon. Wow. They're gonna have to use their snow pick. All right. Quite desolate, I'd say. This is a cute little home, though. All right. I'm just gonna say there. Oh my gosh, I was so far. I think that may be Korean. Oh, don't worry, Apache. We both were very wrong. Oh, there's the Google truck. The Google car. This time it's not white. It looks like it's maybe like a dark gray. And we were having that discussion yesterday. That all the Google cars are white. You think it's Seoul? Really? I think Seoul would be a lot busier. Maybe it's like the outskirts. Huh. North Korea. I'm pretty sure Google can't go there. Maybe we'll say it's like an outskirt of Seoul, like maybe one of these suburbs. Let's go here. Oh, hey, almost. At least I was on the right, you know, in the right country. Oh, who's that? Ernesto? Okay. Hi, Ernesto. Hey, you and I were both in the same country there, Apache, so no worries. This can get pretty tough. Snotrag! Hi, sweetie! Mwah! Welcome! What you up to today? Yeah, Mesoamerica. We haven't. I'm kind of thinking maybe we're there. Like somewhere? Oh, I hate when they have these. This guy's giving a thumbs up. They like stretches of road with nothing around. Oh, hello. Hey, here's some happy kids. Hi. Yeah, I want to say this is maybe where Apache might be thinking, but where exactly, I don't know. Maybe Guatemala? I don't know, Sneaks. I have a friend coming from Japan. So I know that she's doing some mixed martial arts, and I kind of want to see her do that. So I haven't decided yet, but she's here for the whole weekend. Oh, not Japan. What am I doing? Over here. I'm just gonna say. Here we go. Kinda. Hey, it wasn't that far. No. I didn't get as much this time. Did I mention I had a friend once? You did, I think, Apache. Yeah. I had a friend once. All right, you guys. I'm gonna call it for the evening. So I've got dinner to fix and things like that. But I will be up sometime. It's probably not going to be over the weekend though, because I have a friend coming. But definitely next week. Oh, I know, Snotrag. I'm so sorry. But you'll see me again. Hey, Apache, no problem. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for being part of the stream. And you guys, thanks for all the new people. Flapjacks, if you're still there. And Taka for the bits. Honey, thank you so much. Mwah! You guys made my day today. I hope you have a super great weekend. Whatever you do, have some fun, okay? All right. Well, Sneaks, yeah. Come back, okay? We'll see you next time, guys. Oh, yeah. Bye.